What's going on, everybody? If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place because I'm Mr. ILF. I'm Derrick Forston, and I go all over the world showing people how to start their own housing program, meaning get into real estate, help people do the will of God. If that sounds good, you're in the right place. One more time, I'm Derrick Forston. I'm your new big brother. And this beautiful girl over right here, especially to me today, I'm going to introduce her. This is my better half. Her name is Shanya Forston. We call her Shay. We make it real easy. S-H-A-Y. She is the founder and thought leader of the Angela Denise Foundation, where she's changing the lives of mostly older women, but all women throughout Central Florida, and taking people from homeless to hopeful, and also doing great work in the community with her nonprofit. Perfect. So welcome, everybody. Y'all got a lot of choices of where y'all could be, and y'all chose to be here, so we super appreciate that. So tonight's title says, what life should look like in the inside of an ILF.
Oh, I love that.
But before we just kind of jump into that, I want to greet all of my new people, because I never want to just take for granted that everybody just know us, right? Come to the YouTube channel.
Come on over.
That way that we all can chill and grow together. You can kick your feet up on my couch and my coffee table. Bring your favorite drink. So that's tea, coffee, or your adult beverage, because we getting ready to learn a little bit, and I got a lot of announcements. Right? So we run independent living facilities, and that is just simply an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight.
Right.
Also, if you knew those, you didn't know this, but Shay and I are the trademark holders of it. So there's a whole trademark that we did. It's called ILF, Independent Living Facility.
Yeah.
So the teacher model, the how-to, the structure, and how we teach it, we own that.
And the consulting.
Right? So at the consulting side. So when you hear this from other people that's call themselves pretending to teach it, don't you be fooled. Most of them copying us anyway. So welcome home. I'm your new big brother. No matter if you 85, 25, or 15. If you love God, love real estate, and you love people, man, this is it. You can't show me nothing else that you can get into other than you going to be a pastor or a bishop yourself. Because me and your pastor are no different. We both love God. We love people. We work in the community, and we doing God's will.
Yeah.
Because not because Derrick said it, because it sounds good if I say it, but the Bible says the poor and needy will always be among us. Meaning the guy that can't afford his own apartment, his own house, his own studio. I'm the in-between between some guy going to the street or trying to get into a group home, which he don't even qualify for because he's too independent.
Or can't even afford. A lot of people don't realize that the cost is astronomical when it comes to different types of housing. And this is that in-between space for the person that really can't afford, like Derrick said, you know, the everyday, the down payments, the security deposits, the deposits for lights and water, all of those things. So this is that in between to help people get on their feet to get into their own place. So that's what the independent living facility model is. And knowing that we may have some residents that never graduate from the ILF and they stay with us forever, right? So just know that this goes far and wide. Like we can house so many different populations within this umbrella of a model.
So I'm gonna assume we're all family. So what's up, family? So one more just call for anybody, because I never want to just jump into stuff, because if we're all family, I am gonna do that. But if you guys are new to me, I like to give a little bit of an intro. But if not, I'm gonna jump right into what life should look like inside an ILF. And when I say that, some of y'all gonna think of different stuff. So I want to kind of have fun with this title tonight. Because even right now, Shay and I sometimes, probably 60% of the time, don't look at the title before we jump on.
We don't.
Sometimes our team just kind of figures out what it should be and they post it and we run with it. So Shay, what do you think of when I say what life should look like in an ILF? What do you get from that and just give it to the people?
For me, the first thing I think of is the community atmosphere, right? What are we setting as the precedents of how we want to see people living, not just aesthetically, but the bonds, the relationships that you want to create and nurture in your ILF. Because I think that's what causes for such greater outcomes when you have a structure that's been set up within your ILF to help people really reestablish themselves in community, in life, right? Regaining their self-esteem. So that's what I look at. And that's what I think of when you say this.
When I read that question out loud, EPH Consulting, What does that mean to you? What life should look like in an ILF? Because I can think of aesthetics, I can think of cleanliness, I can think of all the safety features that we should have in it, right? Prime example, we got into almost an argument a couple of weeks ago on this channel about, do we allow digital door locks on the bedrooms or not?
Yeah.
I don't, Shay does.
Correct.
So I'm a little different, but that's not a right or wrong issue.
Yeah.
But I will admit, some of us that will fall under the safety issue of it. Correct. So even though I have a key, she may do a code. We both have access to that room.
Yeah.
Another thing that I think about what it should look like in the inside, because I'll be honest, as a coach and your big brother, I think about the safety stuff. Because most of y'all get so happy and you just want to start and help people, you forget to check your smoke detector. Because most time when you rent this property from a landlord, that guy ain't changed the smoke detector battery in 2 years. And just so happen that Duracell just keep running. But I tell all my people that I coach, when you go rent that house, just so you got a peace of mind, you replace the batteries brand new.
Yeah.
Or you do like Miss Tiffany did in Jacksonville and contacted the fire department. They sent people out and gave her all brand new batteries and they installed them.
Yeah.
So a lot of times the fire department to do stuff. I actually didn't know that. Also, there's another company that does that, not Salvation Army, that red place with the cross.
Red Cross.
Red Cross, I heard, does that.
He said the red place with the cross.
I heard brand new smoke detector, because they don't want. Watch how this makes sense. If your house burned down to the ground right now, God forbid, guess who's going to be one of the first people in your neighborhood trying to give y'all shelter and a place to live?
Red Cross.
The Red Cross.
Yeah.
They rather spend $10 because they buy so many in bulk to keep your beep, 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 beep working versus to spend thousands of dollars on you because you now homeless because your house burnt down.
Yeah.
So one more time, as your big brother, I think of the fire extinguisher that none of y'all think about.
Yeah.
So I jokingly tease a lot of my new people, like as I'm coaching them as like what should be in the house. Most of y'all go to curtains, the vase or the vase, the flowers, the armoire, the sofa, the recliner. Should I do chairs, Derrick, or a couch?
First things first.
I ain't thinking about none of that.
Safety.
Most of y'all, and that's why I'm the big brother. I'm thinking about what if your guy starts cooking rice like my guy did 6 years ago, fall asleep. I got a guy cook rice every day of the week. Shay just recently bought this same guy a rice cooker about 2 weeks ago. Watch this though. I've been housing this guy over 6 years, six years. He cooks rice and beans every day.
Every day.
I don't mean Monday and Wednesday and on the week. Every day. And most times it's got chicken, pollo, and beans.
Yeah.
And he cooks so much of it, most of the time he feed everybody else in the house. This one time in 6 years, he fell asleep.
Yeah.
Thank God I taught them not only how to use it, but I had it available.
And that's
so another thing I teach my people, let's not just give it to them. I believe in actually buying one, and some people call this wasting money, but I don't. It's a training session. I'm going to buy one from Amazon and show them how to use it in case of a fire. Now, we're going to use it outside. But I said, guys, and lucky for me, the guy that burnt up the kitchen, he panicked and forgot what to do.
Yeah.
But the roommate heard the beep, 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 beep. Yeah. That's what saved us. So one more time, as your big brother, I'm thinking about the smoke detector, the fire extinguisher. We done got so fancy now where upon move-in, we make it a part of the move-in packet.
Correct.
I'm recorded using that fire extinguisher. Shay, now I'm gonna mess this up because I'm live right now. Y'all in my living room. Shay, what's the acronym for how to use it?
PASS.
That PASS.
Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep.
The people that are coming March 28th to our ILF walkthrough, you're gonna see a sign in the kitchen that's laminated that say in case of a fire, PASS.
Yeah.
Pull, aim, squeeze,
and sweep.
Sweep.
Yes.
Lord have mercy.
Yep.
Again, not your fault. You just don't think of this. You thinking like me that nobody's going to burn this place out because we house independent people.
It don't matter.
Just like y'all can fall asleep on that rice, so can he.
Yeah.
Now we give them rice cookers that turn off in 25 minutes, or go to that warm setting where they can't burn up nothing. Just the rice gonna get mushy.
Yeah, like oatmeal.
So one more time, most important for me, if you taking notes tonight, if you new to us, what I think should be in this place, and it could be a lot of stuff. And I'm going to talk about some aesthetics, but I'm going to want to go with safety first. I also want to put things like a AC cover over the AC. I don't want my guys dropping the AC down to 63 in the summer because it's going to freeze up and nobody going to be able to enjoy it.
And Derrick, can I tell you,
and Tyrone going to have his window up in the back room and the air going out the window anyway.
Derrick, everybody does it. It never fails. If you fail to have a AC cover, you are in trouble when it comes June, July, and August. Oh my God. Because those are going to be your peak seasons for the AC, right? So that's going to be the months that you want to be padding your pockets for to make sure that you have some extra ducats, because that's when your light bill is going to be pretty much higher than ever, is in that June, July, August is where you're going to see that increase of of your utilities. So you want to make sure that you have that cover on the system. Also, making sure that you have regular maintenance on certain items in the house. So for one, is going to be the AC.
Come on, Shay.
Right? That is another thing that we look at and have in place so that our residents, so that we are sure that our system's going to work during the summer, right? The last thing you want to do, some of y'all saw it last year. Derrick and I were here live. I got a phone call from my residents that my AC went out. We were already hitting 100-degree temperatures. And thank God our local Home Depot had the portable AC units. And I literally had to go buy 5, one for each room. Okay, because guess what's going to end up happening? If you that's an emergency issue, and that's how we look at it. Anything over I think it's 80, 75 degrees, it's too hot, because it's just hot. It's muggy, it's sticky. Nobody can get comfortable. You don't want people to leave because you're not doing your due diligence and you don't have things set in place for if something happens. So these are things that you want to make sure that you have in place and implemented in your ILF. So I was going from heat to AC, heat to AC, heat to AC. Florida was bipolar at it was crazy. We would go from 30 degree days to 80-degree days and in less than 2 days. And that's what was happening. So my bill is pretty high this month too.
Yeah. And then another gem that I didn't know for a long time, y'all, here I am putting a cover over the smart thermostat. You don't have to do that if you have a smart thermostat. You can digitally lock it. Yeah, meaning I don't care if they turn it, they hit buttons, nothing changes. So, guys, these are a lot of the mistakes that I made in the beginning, and we probably should talk a lot more about this core stuff. We talk about a lot of the how-to and do this and don't do that, but sometimes it's this stuff. Now, granted, I'm going to give Jermaine a little bit of a pow-pow because I think that's in my coaching with even the DIY. Yeah. So I think I mentioned in that coaching about some of the things that we get to keep the cost down. And if I did, here we go. Take notes. We get a thermostat cover if you move into a place and they got their old school thermostat. But if you in a place that you say, man, you know what? I'm going to upgrade this thing because the owner told me he don't care. Right. Yeah. Or they got one in there already. That's bad English. But if they have one already installed, better English, and it's older, if it's the smart one, find out how to lock it. Because it's also going to probably require a code or something. That way you don't need to put this unattractive plastic cover on it. I don't care about that being unattractive. Because we got the one that got a key, and some of them got that scrolling number of the 3 code, right? But whatever. Now, I'll admit, today, I want them all to be smart. That way I can keep the aesthetics, which I'm going to next. I can keep the aesthetics looking a little bit better, okay? Now, right before I go into aesthetics, the room just grew a little bit bigger. So I want to just reintroduce who we are and what we're doing. We're going to probably take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and answer a bunch of questions. Yeah. Shay and I are the answer to what you've been praying for. And I don't say that arrogantly. You've probably been praying to get into real estate and show the love of God through helping people. You just didn't know that you can merge them two things together. We can call it a ministry. So we teach independent living facilities, which we also trademarked. So these are not group homes. These are not IDDs. These are not ALFs, that traditional assisted living facility. And the difference between it, because our people that we serve, they can cook their own bologna sandwich, right? They take their own medication without you pretending to be a nurse. Now, I invited a lot of nurses tonight. Nurse Tracy, thank you. And we also don't provide transportation. We are not driving these people around per se. Now, we have found the cheat code of how to do that through Uber for business.
Right. Yeah.
There's two kinds of Uber. Uber, the one you're going to call to take you to your cousin's house, and Uber for business when you want to do professional stuff and you want to transport stuff, gifts, people. Shay found out there's an Uber courier. Shay was dropping off meals to a lady for 4 weeks in a row through an Uber courier. She never went to the restaurant. The restaurant went to the store because the nonprofit paid for it.
The restaurant.
I'm sorry. Right. The Uber guy went to the restaurant, picked it up, dropped it off to the lady that was the recipient of Shay's good news. That's the kind of one of those cheat codes that we kind of got around because we're not supposed to be driving people. We don't feed people. Meaning I'm not there cooking their lunch and dinner. Our people are independent. That's the difference between this and a group home. So these are, again, the cheat code that you get into real estate and doing God's will. I'm no pastor, I'm no bishop, but I am no different from your pastor. I just don't have to go to a church on a Sunday and hold a microphone and preach to a congregation per se, but we still show the love of God through real estate. We house the homeless, the needy, the military veteran, the elderly adult, the domestic violence survivor, sex trafficked women. All that's what my wife also deal with. And then the elderly women, but also the teenagers aging from the foster care system, if that's your lane. So welcome to our show. It's called Don't Wait to Be Great. I am your new big brother. And if you are new to us, I just want to greet you personally, and I want to just tell you thank you for being here because you guys got a lot of choices of where you could be. In the chat, we're going to take a really quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
We'll be back.
Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying the show. But just in case you was wondering, how in the world do we rent these properties or lease them? And what does the conversation sound like that we're telling the homeowner to convince them to rent their house to us? That's one of the biggest things in this business, and I want to give it to you. So text the word PURPOSE, PURPOSE, to the phone number 407-326-0086, and we're going to give you the exact guide to what we say, how do we dress, how do we find them, everything you need to know in terms of to get your first property. We put it in the ebook, and again, it's called The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit. Text the word PURPOSE to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. I hope you guys are enjoying the information. If you want more information just like this, what you're hearing now, make sure you text the phrase more info and don't put it in the chat. Text it to this phone number. Text more info, that's MOREINFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. We're going to give you our complimentary webinar, and then that leads to a complimentary call with me and my team to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right, we are back, and thank y'all so much for joining us again. Y'all got choices of where you could be on these internet streets, but y'all chose to be. So let me know if you're also new to us or you've been around a while, because if you've been around a while, we just going to continue the conversation. I just didn't want to skip over nobody that was new that didn't know what this was, because again, these are not group homes. They're not IDDs. All of those require a license and a $30,000 sprinkler system. This is the cheat code to get started right now. This is the right now model. Because basically, guys, we rent a property or we lease it. Now, you can buy it, God bless you. But 95% of, probably 96% of people that I coach can't just go and buy a property to do this in. Some of them have a property already. You take a lady like Tia Johnson. Tia Johnson met me with property, which means she's in the top 3% of people that I coach.
Right.
The other 97% of y'all, I got to teach y'all how to go and get a property. And no problem. I'm just telling you that if you already own the property, you probably 50% further than most people I'll ever coach. Probably 97%. Because again, most of y'all don't come with me with property. So that is a blessing. Now unto him
that is able to do
exceedingly and abundantly
above all
we can ever ask or think,
according to God's power that worketh on us.
Y'all guys be great, and we'll see y'all. If this is your first time ever joining us, first of all, I want to say thank you. Second of all, I hope you're enjoying the content. But probably most importantly, I want you guys to text more info to the phone number 407-326-0086. That's going to give you our introductory webinar that breaks all of this down. And it also gives you a call with someone on our team to answer every question you have before moving forward. Because remember, I don't want you to buy nothing before you have a clear understanding of what this is and how to operate it. So one more time, text only these two words, more info, to 407-326-0086, and you will get an immediate download. You click that, you put your name, email address, and phone number, instant download. After watching that webinar, which is about 55 minutes long, first of all, it's going to change your life. Second of all, make sure you book that call, and then you join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel right here at Forston Consultants, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's go. Most people don't fail because they're broke. They fail because they're not in the right room. The ILF Academy is not another Facebook group. It's the cheapest and most affordable access point to learning the independent living facility model. In fact, my masterclass that I taught, it was over 3 hours and 58 minutes. I put that inside of this $5 group. And if you know anything about me, guys, only my one-on-one people get that kind of coaching. But I'm giving it to you all because I want no excuses this year that you didn't know how to get started. So the ILF Academy Elite is only $5, and I'm going to put the link below. We'll see you there. The first step to getting started with your own independent living facility is texting the phrase more info to 407-326-0086. One more time, if you text the phrase more info to that phone number, we're going to give you an immediate text message. You fill out your name, email address, and phone number, and we're going to send it to you instantly to watch it with you and your family or you and your team. And then if you have questions, we want you to join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel so that we can learn and grow together. But if you think that you want to move forward with one of our coaching products, we'll also speak to you by phone just to make sure that you understand fully what you're getting yourself into. And again, it starts with our webinar. So text more info to the phone number 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success.
Hey, Derrick, I just want to ask, what's the biggest benefit of independent living facility?
Well, in my opinion, the best form of real estate is shared housing. That's why we invented the independent living facility model, because we view it like this. Why get one house and rent to one income, right? A family usually, mom, dad, 3 kids. What the ILF model does, it allows you to take that same 4-bed, 2-bath home and take 8 people from homeless to hopeful. That's the benefit of shared housing.
So what's the secret to being so successful in the ILF housing model?
The biggest secret literally that we have, and it's kind of no secret because we always say it, we keep God first, right? We love people and we love real estate. So we live by this thing that says that we want to please God, right? Because we believe that if you do that, man, everything else can just fall in place. We believe in helping people. And that's something that's actually in the Bible. God says that when you do unto the least of thee, it's like you're doing it unto him. We also believe in being respected by our community while we're doing it. When I first started this, guys, nobody knew me. Today, we're really well known, but not because of how great I am. It's because of the housing program that's changing the lives of the city in which we live in. And then the last part about it, I want you guys to make enough money to feed your family. So one more time, we believe in pleasing God, helping people, being respected by the community, but I also want you to make enough money to feed your family. And you can do that while doing the independent living facility model. So just text more info, just those 2 words, more info, to 407-326-0086. And that's the first starting point. David, I know you're not there yet, but remember I told you to act in faith. And while you're doing all the homework that I told you about earlier, always be looking for a property, whether that's on Zillow, Realtor.com, Facebook Marketplace, or word of mouth using your social media. Always be looking for a property, because you just never know when God's going to say, go, it's your time. Yeah, I remember that. But, and you won't believe it, but I actually found a property and it's in one of them HOAs. And see, David, I can tell already you haven't been listening, because that's one of my major rules is that we never start an independent living facility in an HOA or a community association. Because always in the fine print, it's going to say something about you can't run a business inside of here and you cannot sublet, which is the entire model of what we do. Does that make sense? Dennis, would you happen to have
like a list of things that, you did wrong in the beginning when you first started your independent living facility. Like, what kind of mistakes that you made?
David, that's actually a great question, right? Even coming from you. I wrote a book that's entitled How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco. And in fact, David, it's the 12 dumbest mistakes that are ever made. And because I didn't want other people to make them, I put it in a book. So go to forstonconsultants.com. That's again, forstonconsultants.com, and check it out. That's where you can find all of our ebooks, all of our coaching, and more information about live events.
Well, I'm gonna just have to do that then, because that sounds like a good starting point to me. Hey, Dennis, I was watching one of your replays on your YouTube channel, over there at Forston Consultants, and you said something about paying us as an affiliate if we refer somebody to y'all and they get the coaching, you will pay me. Like, what does that mean?
David, do you listen or understand anything we talk about? And yes, that's true. We'll literally pay you for using your affiliate link, that if you drive somebody to us for the coaching and they get it, we pay you 40%. We started that last year. Not sure how long Derrick could continue to do that, but David, get in now. Text the word affiliate to 407-326-0086. Fill out the information and you're in. It's that easy.
Wow, man. That's a heck of a deal, because basically you telling me if I refer somebody to you for your one-on-one coaching, you're going to give me 40% of that.
So Dennis, in your professional opinion, since you trademarked the ILF, which is the best population, or probably which is the easiest population to serve when I want to get started with my ILF?
Well, if you're asking me my personal opinion, I love the elderly adults and military veterans. They're super independent. They don't usually need much from you. And again, they're just easier. People that are more settled in life, meaning age-wise, they just typically are a little bit easier than your younger crew. So, but I always tell people also, right, choose your population by what your community is dictating. Where I live at in Orlando, Florida, it screams for military veterans and elderly adults, which just so happens to be my favorite.